Good morning and happy Friday, June the 26th to everyone who woke up this morning in the GTA. You woke up to a cold, I'm going to say cold, a morning that was dreary, a little bit of rain. So if you're tuning in from somewhere warm and sunny, I envy where you're at. For today, let me tell you this. Most real estate agents don't lose business at the open house. They lose it in the conversations they have afterwards. In today's episode, I'm sharing the exact scripts and strategies that turn curious visitors into committed clients. Yes, committed clients. So you never waste another open house opportunity. And every open house, you have to get in the right mindset, mind frame, in that it's a tremendous opportunity. If you joined me last Friday, where I talked about how we set up an open house, you have to understand when a potential buyer comes to an open house, there are three things ultimately they're telling you without telling you. And it's the three things that we chase potential buyers to pull information from. And really, what is it? It's what's the type of product you're looking for? Is it a condo, semi-detached, detached, a bungalow, etc.? What price point are you looking at, and what neighborhood? So if you have an open house in a particular area, any client that's coming through, any potential visitor coming through as a buyer, they're telling you the product, the price point, and the neighborhood that they're curious about. So we have to understand that an open house is a massive, massive lead generation opportunity. Before I get into the exact scripts that we use here at SKG, let me just ask, where are you tuning in from? And even more important, how many of you are actually doing an open house this weekend? So as I'm getting into the rest of the intro, just share with me, where are you tuning in from? And are you doing an open house this weekend? And if you are, how many open houses are you doing? Welcome to another episode of No Agent Left Behind Masterclass. I am your gracious host, Stephen Kim. Today, we're talking about the exact open house scripts that we use to convert potential visitors into committed clients. This is real results, tactical mastery. Andrew Mercado is tuning in from Midtown. Yes, absolutely. Huge shout out to Andrew Mercado, because he is absolutely one of the strongest agents on the team when it comes to open house conversions. He met an open house lead a couple of months ago, found them a property, then asked for the referral and picked up 2 new buyers and was showing these buyers yesterday properties. That is absolutely incredible. Massive shout out to Andrew. And Sedge Park is tuning in from Etobicoke. Andrew says one open house this Sunday. Amazing. Okay, let's get right into it, because these are the exact scripts that we use to convert visitors into committed clients. Becker talks about he's from Hamilton. Nothing this weekend, taking a break. I usually like to do open houses every other weekend. Okay, I'm going to remove the comments and let's get right into today's episode. Catherine Ta talks, massive shout out to Catherine. If anyone's looking for an amazing realtor out in the Edmonton area, absolutely reach out to Catherine Ta. You see her there. Check her out on Instagram. Awesome. Okay, so let's get right into it. Open house scripts that turn visitors into clients. The exact words that make buyers say yes at your open house. Now, most agents are doing open houses wrong. 92% of buyers visit an open house before buying. That is a statistic taken from Korea. It's on average taking agents 6 minutes to follow up, the follow-up time after they leave. And so what does that mean? 6 minutes is ideally the number you should be using when you follow up with an open house lead. Now, I know if it's a busy open house, Steve, that's impossible. I'm going to say don't pay too much attention to this number. I'm just saying that when we kind of study follow-up times, it's usually around that 5 to 6 minute window is when we get the most response. Now, $0 ROIs most agents get from small talk alone. So that small chit chat talk that you do at an open house, it brings you in $0. That's the ROI. Now, without a script, let me just move my face here. Without a script, you're talking about the place. Hey, nice place, right? Then they leave. There's no name, no number, no follow-up, dead every single time. Now, with the proven script, what happens? You qualify the visitor, you connect with the visitor, and then you have a higher chance on closing that open house visitor, because you're getting the name, number, and the next appointment. Every visitor in an open house equals an opportunity. Now, here's the 5 script system. Number 1 is the warm welcome. Turn strangers into comfortable prospect within 10 seconds. Number two, the qualify and connect. Find out exactly what they need without interrogating them. Now, you got to be very, very careful with this. Now, I'm all about asking the right questions at the right time, but it cannot feel like an interview or an interrogation. If all you're doing is peppering a visitor with questions, it's going to seem very disingenuous, right? It's going to be more like an interview than it is kind of a connective a point, a connection point. Number three is the pocket listing hook, and big shout out to Andrew. He uses this masterfully. The pocket listing hook is this: give them a reason to hand over their number quickly, right? So what is not of value for an open house visitor? Please don't grab their email and say, I'm going to set you up on a custom home search so that everything that you're looking for, I'm going to be able to send over your way, because they don't need you for that. They're already finding it on their own and they're doing it way quicker. But the pocket listing hook is something they do not have access to. Now, here's the caveat. If you have coming soon listings, or you know of coming soon listings, then you can use the pocket listing hook, because if you don't have any pocket listings and you go a week without sending these, it's disingenuous and you just came across as a sleazy salesperson. Number four is the follow-up appointment close. Book the meeting before they walk out the door. Book the meeting before they walk out the door. Now, if you've ever come and shadowed one of my open houses, the team's open houses, they do this masterfully. An open house visitor that comes through very rarely leaves. I'll say it again, very rarely leaves without an appointment being booked. And I'm going to talk about that later on in the episode. And the last one is this, the 24-hour follow-up text. Now, I'm going to make a little adjustment to this. Now, I put 24-hour follow-up text because I just want to take it one step at a time, slow. If you're an agent on the team, it is that day, that evening open house follow-up video text, right? It's a video message that gets sent out to that open house lead the day of the visit of the open house. And I'll get into that later on the episode. So here's the warm welcome. First impressions happen within the first 7 to 9 seconds. Your opening line sets everything. I'll say it again. Your opening line here sets the tone for everything. Now, the warm welcome is this: opening as they walk in. Hey, welcome. I'm Steve from Real Broker. Come on in. Are you exploring the neighborhood or are you actively searching? Hey, either way is totally fine. I just want to make sure you see the best parts while you're here. Now, why it works is this. Number one, it gives them permission to be casual. Hey, are you exploring the neighborhood or are you actively searching, right? It reduces their guard. It brings down the guard immediately. Either way is fine. Removes the fear of being sold. That's an important line. Hey, either way, it's totally fine. I just want to make sure you see the best parts while you're here. That removes the salesy taste, the commission breath of that interaction. See the best parts. This positions you as a helpful guide, not a salesperson. And that's important. Please, 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 if you are conducting an open house, please make me a promise. You never allow a visitor just to roam around without you being the guide. Remember, you take an open house opportunity as a lead generation activity. There is no lead generation activity if you're not in front of that open house visitor every step along the way. And you're going to say, well, Steve, what do I do when they're like, no, we just want to take a look at the house? Hey, that's totally cool. But what I want to do is I want to highlight some of the really key points of this house that you may miss if you're just doing a quick walkthrough. So let's head to the kitchen. You'll notice what I just did there. I didn't say, are you okay with that? I said, let's head to the kitchen. It's a redirection. I'm setting the tone and the expectation of you may miss certain highlights of the home. That's my job to guide you through it. And let's just get started. I never gave the visitor an option of just saying, well, is that okay with you? Because they're going to say, no, we just want to do it. No, you're the guide. You're in the driver's seat. You take control of this open house. Next. The qualify and connect. You got to ask the right questions. They'll tell you exactly what to sell them. And this is important. A lot of real estate agents fall victim to this, is that they talk and talk and talk and they lose connection. The greatest way to build connection is by asking thoughtful questions at the right time. I'll say it again. You got to ask thoughtful questions at the right time. And when you do that, you avoid the interview style, interrogation style of that first interaction. Now, I want you to use these four questions. Number one is, what do you think? Does it feel like the right size for you? And this is important. What do you think? Does it feel like the right size for you? Because this uncovers timeline and their motivation level. Number two, Share with me, what's the one thing this place is missing for you for this to be your perfect home? And this is their deal breakers and wish list. I'll say it again. Not, hey, what did you think about the house? Because a lot of agents do that and it's a crappy question. So stop that. What's the one thing this place is missing for you to call this a perfect home or for this to be a 10 out of 10 home? This again is going to share with you their number one, number two deal breakers and their wish list. Coupled with that question is share with me, what's the greatest feature that you like in this home? And that's also going to highlight the wish list of it. Hey, that backyard is amazing. Share with me, why is a backyard important for the home search? And then dig deep into that, right? So don't just interview and then just leave it. You got to dig deep into a question. Ask a question from a question is what I always say. Ask a question from a question. Number 3 is this. How long have you been looking? Have you seen much in this area? This talks about that timeline, urgency, and competition awareness. How long have you been looking? Have you seen much in this area? And the last one is this. This is one that, I'm going to say most agents struggle with, and I'm going to show you a little hack of how to get around this. Hey, are you currently working with an agent or are you just exploring on your own? Now, why I say you use this question is because there's 2 segments to this question. Are you working with an agent or are you exploring on your own? Right? Most agents will just get to the fact that are you working with an agent? And that comes across as very salesy. This empowers the visitor to be like, you know what, I'm going to take charge and just share. It's either with an agent or by myself. So it puts a little bit of the power shift back to the visitor versus are you working with an agent, that interrogation style. Now, buyer status and your opening. Now, if you have a tough time with are you working agent or are you exploring on your own, here's a quick little hack that we use over at SKG. Have you found a home or have you found a property that you liked that you've offered on? I'll say it again. Have you found a home or property that you like that you've actually offered on? Now, if they've offered on it, 9.9 out of 10 or 99% of the time, they've gone through an agent. Very rarely will they do something called a self-represented transaction. So, hey, have you found a home that you like and have you offered on anything? That is a backwards way of asking, are you currently working with an agent? Now, this is an awesome one, and this is something that Andrew Mercado uses very, very well. Actually, all the agents on the team use this very, very well. The pocket listing hook. The reason why I just shout out Andrew is because he has the greatest success on doing this. He uses this all the time and just collects and collects and collects tons of information and potential leads. This gives them a reason to hand over their number before they leave. Now, the pocket listing hook is as they're ready about to leave. This is when you got to plant this one. You don't use this in the beginning, you don't use this in the middle, you always use this at the end. Now before you go, and here's the script. Before you go, I actually have a couple of properties. Now, instead of a couple, you notice I said 2. Be specific because a couple is general and vague. I actually have 2 properties coming up just a few streets over that aren't on the market yet. They match what you told me you're looking for. Can I grab your number or email and send you the details the moment they're available? It takes about 30 seconds, can save you months of searching. So there's multiple segments that I'm going to break down in this script. So pay attention. Why the script converts is number 1, it creates urgency. Not on the market yet. What does that trigger? FOMO, the fear of missing out. And I don't care who you are, we all fall victim to the concept of FOMO. You want to make sure that they don't want to miss out. And if they're an open house visitor and they're the weekend warrior, they don't want to miss out on a pocket listing either. Now, a personalized value is this. Match what you told me. That segment shows you were actually listening to what they were sharing with you. It's a low friction ask because it just takes about 30 seconds for you to grab their information, removes the fear, and it's a tiny commitment and hugely beneficial to them in the future. The future benefit is this. It's going to save you months of searching. Whether they believe it or not, that is a huge challenge they're dealing with. I have yet to meet a single open house guest in the past 16 years that's like, I love getting in my car on the weekend, driving around, fighting traffic, fighting other guests at an open house, dealing with salesy realtors. I love doing it. I wish I could do this every weekend. No, it's a major pain point. If you can save people time and show them your process, trust me, it's in their benefit, and use this as a value add to get the appointment. So again, these are the 4 concepts. Number 1, it creates urgency, the script. It adds personalized value. It shows that you were listening. There's a low friction ask, 20 to 30 seconds, and future benefit is massive. Now, the follow-up appointment close, and this is massive, huge, 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 huge. I never, ever want a single open house visitor to leave my open house without an appointment being booked. And you're going to say, well, Steve, how do I do that? You know, I got you. So here's a section, the appointment close. Version A, version B. One is for buyers, one is for sellers. Version A is this. Hey, based on what you've shared, I actually have 2, 3 properties I think you'd love. They're not all listed yet. Instead of me just texting links, why don't we set up a quick 30 minutes this week so I can walk you through them properly? I can do Tuesday at 5 p.m. or Thursday morning at 11. What works better for you? You'll notice that you've been watching me for months. You notice how I close on an appointment is I give you 2 time slots. And that's important because I want you to commit. Not when are you available? Hey, message me when you're available. Hey, let's chat when you're available. No, book it right there. This is going to take for you to practice this script because this is a harder close for an open house visitor is they got to commit to that time slot. And if they take time and they pause because they're trying to figure out what works best, don't give them a 3rd time slot. Don't give them a 4th time slot. No, do not say anything until they respond. So again, based on what you've shared, I actually have 2, 3 properties I think you'd love. They're not all listed yet, but instead of me just texting you links, why don't we just set up a quick, 15, 20 minutes this week so I can walk you through them properly. I'm going to walk you through the pros and cons of each property. I can do Tuesday at 5 or Thursday morning at 11. What works better for you? Now, if it's a seller, and this is important because an open house strategy is this. Not only do we collect leads from as buyers, but every single neighbor is watching you and it's crazy. So I'll share with you. Over at SKG, when we take a listing, our commitment is we do an open house every single weekend until we sell the house. Yes, you heard that correct. We do an open house every single weekend until we sell your home. And what's crazy is this. It could be a week. It could be 6 weeks. It could be 10 weeks before a listing sells. The number one feedback that we receive from every single neighbor is, you guys work so hard. Every single weekend, I see your signs. Every single weekend, I see you guys running those open houses and people are visiting. Every neighbor watches, whether you believe so or not. But trust me, they're watching you. So this is the script for sellers. A lot of people who come to open houses are actually thinking about selling their homes. It's one of the best ways to see what buyers are looking for right now. Is that part of your thinking too? Hey, if so, I'd love to run a free market health report. We call them a home health check on your home, no obligation at all. I'll say it again. A lot of people who come to an open house are actually thinking about selling their home, whether it's in the next few months or a few years. It's one of the best ways to see what active buyers are looking for right now. Can I ask, is that part of your thinking? And if it is, we'd love to send over a home health check or a free market report, no obligation at all. Remember, the secret ingredient is this. If you know me, it's all about choices. I'm going to give you an A choice or a B choice. Always give 2 time options. Never ask, when are you free? Open-ended questions let people say, I think about it. I'll say again, your open-ended questions that you ask gives people an out. It allows for people to share or say, I'll think about it. 2 choices force a micro decision. They almost always pick one. And I'll tell you right now, they always pick one. They will always choose a time slot if you ask this appropriately and at the right time. Try it. For everyone that's doing an open house this weekend, I want you to try it. Prove me wrong that this doesn't work. But before you try it, you got to practice it. It's got to come across as natural versus salesy. And how do you do that? You got to practice these scripts. Practice in front of a mirror, practice in front of your child, a dog, your spouse, a stranger. I don't care, but you got to practice this. Now, the 24 follow-up text, and I want to talk about this. The 24 follow-up text is important because we know your fortune is made in the follow-up. Now, the reason why I say a 24-hour follow-up text is because some of you might think that a day of follow-up might be too aggressive and you're busy, and I get it. But please make me a promise. You do not go past the 24-hour window without following up with the client. And I'm going to tell you the reason, the rationale around this, and I want you to pay attention to this. The reason why this is so important is this. If I get in my car on a Saturday and I'm visiting open houses, what do you think I'm going to do on a Sunday? That's right. I'm going to go visit some other open houses on a Sunday. Now, if I'm waiting, not even that I'm waiting, but if my first interaction with a realtor from an open house is a Monday morning, I'll tell you this right now, I will beat you as an agent to that lead. Now, here's the understanding. Here's the framework around it. You visit my open house on a Saturday, Within a couple of hours, I'm going to video bomb you. And I can tell you this, a video bomb or a Loom bomb, a video text message. If you don't even have these, I don't care, just a video text message. And the reason for that is this. You and I both know, as real estate agents and brokers, there is going to be no other agent that's going to send a personalized video text message to that lead within the day. So now what happens? They visit my open house on a Saturday. I send them within a couple hours after the visit, a personalized video message. And literally, I'm going to recap the things that they shared with me because I was listening. I'll say it again. I was listening, and I'm going to reinforce the pocket listing CTA. Now, they go visit a few other open houses on a Saturday and some open houses on a Sunday. Who is the only agent that's sent them a video text message? That's me. And now, because I've done something different, that's the secret sauce. I am now one step ahead of every other agent that's going to follow up on a Monday morning. Try this. It is an incredible, incredible touch point, and it's a highly received touch point, and it allows for future communication. So try that. It's huge. Okay. Now, the 24 follow-up text, most deals are won or lost within the first 24 hours after they leave. Now, here you go. The text message is this. Hey, Sedge, it was great meeting you at 111 Madawaska today. Based on what you shared, I've actually found 2 properties that hit everything on your list. One isn't even listed yet. Worth a quick look? I can send the details over right now if you're interested. Instead of I can send the details over right now, what I would want you to say is, I would love to share with you the details in a quick 1 to 2 minute chat if you're interested. Now, I'm going to break down the anatomy of this text because there's 5 components to this text. And I want you to hopefully, like I've impressed upon you, the scripts and the strategies, it's all strategy. I break down every script. I break down every system and process into these segments. So I want you to pay attention to this. So you may look at this text message and be like, okay, that's pretty straightforward. Hey, Steve, or hey, Sedge, great meeting you today at 111 Madawaska. Based on what you shared, I've actually found 2 products that hit everything on your list. One isn't even listed yet. Worth a quick look. Can you spare, or I would love just 1 to 2 minutes of your time to walk you through the details if you're interested. Now, here's the anatomy of it. It was great meeting you. It's personal. They remember you. Based on what you shared, shows you were actually listening and you cared what they were sharing. Found 2 properties that hit everything. This is specific value. This is not spam. Again, you can only use this if you know of those listings. And you know what? Even if some people are going to say, but Steve, I don't have a pocket listing. I don't care. Then just find 2 properties that hit everything that they shared with you, right? Now, this is important. One should be in the neighborhood where your open house is, and one should be in a sister neighborhood that hits everything that visitor shared with you regarding a house, but it's just a different neighborhood, right? So you're going to do kind of a compare and contrast on that phone chat, on that Zoom call, when you're comparing and contrasting those 2 properties. The not listed yet, obviously that's FOMO, that's the fear of missing out. That creates urgency and nobody wants to miss out. Worth a quick look. This is low pressure. This is yes or no. And I can tell you right now, hey, I'd love to share with you the details of both these properties. Just need 1 to 2 minutes of your time. Do you have Thursday, 5 p.m. or Friday, 11 a.m.? What works best for you? It's just going to be a quick 1 to 2 minute chat. Again, give them the choice, A or B, right? General questions, allow for people to say, I'm just thinking about it. No, not yet, so on and so forth. So give 2 specific segments. Now, or two specific appointments. Now, you see how I broke this text up into 5 sections. Create your own text, create your own script. But what I want you to do is I want you to follow the anatomy of this. Number 1, make it personal. Number 2, make sure that you showcase that you've listened and you care about their wish list and their pain points. Number 3 is, what's the specific value? Putting me on a custom home search is not specific value. It's terrible. It's what every other agent uses. Please don't say that to anyone. Don't even use that because they don't need you for that. The not listed yet, that's the FOMO, creates urgency. And then worth a quick look, that's the low pressure system. Now, handling the 3 objections. I love objections. Why I love objections is because it makes me a much stronger and skillful agent. I'll say that again. Objections I love because it makes me a stronger and more skillful agent. So everyone watching today, everyone who's listening, everyone who's going to watch after the fact, if you're not having a lot of conversations with people, or you're not putting yourself in a situation to have a lot of conversations with people, you're always going to struggle with these scripts because you become masterful in this skill set. You become masterful in scripts when you're able to utilize them. So the script that I shared with you now, this is years and years of me crafting this script. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a work in progress. Work in progress. In 2027, 2028, 2029, and so on, the script will change based on the needs of the clients in the current climate of the real estate market. But remember the framework of how we break down every single text, right? Making it personal, the FOMO, the value add, low pressure, etc. Here's the objection. Here's the three most common objections. We're just looking. I laugh because I use this when I go shopping and I don't want to be bothered by anyone when I'm shopping, right? Hey, I'm just looking, right? And I know, and I utilize that because it makes that salesperson go away. It's like, okay, well, if you need anything, my name's Steve. I'm just over here. Yeah, that's what every guest uses at an open house as well. It's almost like realtor repellent is what they use, right? By just saying we're just looking. Now, if this is how you handle it, that's totally fine. Get on their side. Don't get defensive. Hey, that's totally fine. Most of my best clients started that way. Ooh, why? It gives me chills. Why? Because it's an assumptive close. I'll say it again. That's totally fine. Most of my best clients started that way too. And that's assumptive close. And that shows that you're flexing a little because it means that, hey, you're going to work with me, Mr., Mrs. Open House Visitor. The market in this area has been moving fast. Let me just show you a couple of things while you're here so you know what to watch for. Super low, like low pressure, right? You get on their side. Hey, that's totally fine. Most of my best clients started that way. An assumptive close. The market in this area has been moving. Let me just show you a couple of things. It positions you as the knowledge broker, the knowledge guide at an open house. So use this. I'm telling you right now, this one hits hard. Here's the other objection. We already have an agent. Woo! This message goes out to all you realtors that allow for your clients to go visit open houses and you're not there. And I hear this a lot. Yeah, well, my realtor's busy or we didn't want to bother our realtor. Ooh, on one of the largest decisions you're going to make for your family and financially. You don't want your realtor with you every step along the way. I'm going to share with you over the Stephen Kim group. We don't operate that way. It's never a waste of our time and it's always worth a visit. I'll say it again. It's never a waste of our time and it's always worth a visit. Whew. Remember that because most people that say they have an agent don't have a BRA sign. And if you don't have a BRA sign, yes, we can solicit. So we already have an agent. How do you handle that? That's great. Good agents are worth their weight in gold. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I just want to make sure you have a great experience today. If you ever need a second opinion on valuing the area, I'm happy to help. As well, use the FOMO. I have 2 listings coming on the market. Would love to walk you through the pros and cons. Just need 1 to 2 minutes. Again, A or B option, the same thing that we're using here right now. Now, we already have an agent and you're not 100% sure, they may or they may not, then use this script. And so can I ask, have you found anything that you liked? Great. And have you offered on any property? Because if they have, most times, 9 times out of 10, a BRA is signed. And at that point, no soliciting allowed. Remember that. What about this? We're not ready to buy yet. Woo! Agents or open house visitors use these 2 the most. We're just looking and we're not ready to buy yet, right? Let me ask you this. For all you real estate agents in Canada that deal with like 7 months of winter, if an open house visitor gets in their car in the winter on a weekend and trudges through the snow and the freezing rain and the sleet and all of the slush, that's not enjoyable. And if it's not enjoyable and they're still doing it, they're serious. Remember that. Any open house visitor that's coming into an open house, statistically speaking, is going to buy within the next 6 to 18 months. I'll say it again. Any open house visitor that visits you today is going to make a real estate decision in the next 6 to 18 months. Now is the time. So we're not ready to buy yet. This is awesome. I completely understand. Again, it's the same thing as that's totally fine. Get on their side. Timing is everything in real estate. That's actually why it's smart to start now. That's an assumptive close again. That's actually why it's smart to start now. The agents who get the best deals for their clients are the ones who've had a head start. Can I put you on my early access list? Woo-hoo-hoo! That one hits hard. The agents who get the best deals for their clients are the ones who have a head start. Can I put you on my early access list? Everyone wants to be on an early access list. Every single one, you included. That is the whole concept of the pocket listings and FOMO. So don't forget that one. That one is huge. So you'll see The 3 objections most commonly used and how we can hammer through all 3 of them. Now, here's the perfect open house timeline, right? When they walk in, the warm welcome script, right? And so, we've over the years changed it a little bit, right? But start somewhere. Within the first 5 minutes, they've explored the home, script to the qualifying connect. 15 minutes in, conversation is flowing, objection handling if needed. And trust me, you're going to get the objection handler. So make sure that you study this, watch it, practice it, become masterful in it. After 20 minutes, they're wrapping up script 3, the pocket listing hook. And when they're at the door putting their shoes on, the script 4 is the appointment close. 24 hours within the first visit, the next day within 24 hours, make sure it's the script follow-up text. Look, if you want to go hardcore, hard in the paint, make it the day of follow-up video text message. Now, what top producers know that you don't, but you all know this because you're all top producers. Number one is they treat every visitor as a future client, not a looky-loo. I can't tell you how many times I've converted an open house client, and one of the biggest pain points is we've been going to other open houses, and the realtor didn't give us the time of day. They were on their phone, they were on their computer, they were on their iPad. They did not give us the time of day. I can tell you right now, anyone that's coming to an open house, they are serious about the home buying process or home selling process. Every interaction that you have at an open house is the potential interview or is the interview. They're watching what you do, they're hearing what you say, they're paying attention to your mannerisms and your behavior. Treat every visitor as a future client. Not every visitor will buy this home, but every visitor is a potential buyer, seller, or referral. Your database grows at every open house if you have a system. And if you have a small CRM, small database, do tons of open houses in the next 6 months and build up your database. They all have a specific call to action. Every top producer knows this. Every conversation ends with something, a text, opt-in, a follow-up, appointment, or an email to send properties. Nice to meet you is not a next step. That is terrible. Book an appointment, right? So walking you through some of these hot listings, walking you through your custom home buying process that guarantees every buyer that you've worked with get a home for under market value according to their client's timeline. They qualified before they pitch. Top agents ask more questions than they answer. Yeah, think about it. Masterful salespeople ask way more questions than they answer. The visitor who says we need more space is a buyer with a timeline. Listen for the signal, then respond. You got to ask these questions because every question that potential client is going to give you an answer and a potential pain point for you to solve. And remember, in real estate, if you're not solving problems, you're not getting paid. Last one is this. They follow up the same day. Ryan Serhant's rules is speed is the separator. The agent who texts first after the open house wins. Don't wait 3 days. You're already forgotten, right? Speed is key in real estate. And I'll tell you this right now. I may not be the best real estate broker, but I am lightning fast when it comes to follow-up, right? So the goal here is not to be perfect. The goal here is to be fast, be quick. Rapid fire recap, the 5 scripts, and here they are. Number 1, the warm welcome. Number 2 is the qualifying connect. What's the one thing this place is missing for your perfect home? The pocket listing hook. I have 2 unlisted properties. Can I grab your number and email, send you the details? Number 4 is the appointment close. Can we set up 30 minutes, 15, 20 minutes? I could do Tuesday at 5, Thursday morning 11, and the 24-hour follow-up text. I found 2 properties that hit your list. Please do me this favor. Stop wasting the open house opportunities. Start turning every single visitor into a potential client. If you haven't done so already, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to this YouTube, bring a friend on the next YouTube live session, and please, please, please do me this favor. Please continue sending me your DMs with topics. I am literally curating every single episode based on the DM inquiries that I'm getting from all you incredible agents. Quick little recap or quick little highlight. I will be off for the next couple of weeks, but I will be back right after hitting you with some great real estate content and knowledge. Again, I love this community. I love what we're building. Let's keep on this momentum, keep on this train. I hope everyone has a great Friday. I hope everyone in Canada has an amazing Canada Day holiday next week. And for all of you with families, I hope you have a great start to the family vacation. You know the drill, everyone. Be great. Be kind, have a wonderful weekend, and let's crush those open houses. Peace.